been a long follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done. Breathe in the air, set your intentions, dream with care. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone, a brand new moon, a brand new sun. Follow the sun, the direction of the birds, the direction of love. Breathe in the air, cherish this moment, cherish this breath. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone, a brand new moon, a brand new sun. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight, when you feel this crazy society adding to the strain, take a stroll to the nearest water's edge, remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long, long before you came. So which way is the wind blowing, and what does your heart say? Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done.
Good afternoon, everyone. All of you here and all of you watching live streaming. You'll maybe take just a few seconds to get used to this accent. It's a Scottish one, so just tune in. What a lovely way to begin, though, with Xavier Rudd there and Follow the Sun. So how would you begin a service like this? Oh, perhaps with words like, "Oh God," or if you've watched 4 Weddings and a Funeral as a movie, there's a few scenes in there where they begin. Maybe that's how we begin. Welcome all of you, family and friends of Rhys Philip James Morris, to give him his full Sunday name. Here we come to remember him, to remember the fun, remember the laughter, the life, the love, and so much to remember. Here we come in shock and in disbelief and in very great hurt. And it hurts right down the middle. It's a real physical pain. Whether here or at home, we're hardly able to believe that this is taking place, that this is real, because it seems all too unreal, and we really don't want it to be real. These are the times when you take a deep breath. We go to funerals, well, some of us do more than others, but very few are like this, where it feels all wrong for the deceased and for the family and friends, and where the seating arrangement is like this. Feels all wrong as well. This is not how we do funerals. Under normal circumstances, the place would be busy. People everywhere, inside, outside. Words of comfort, a sea of faces, tears in the eyes, loving words on everyone's lips. Great comfort, a sea of comfort that would be flowing in your direction. But you have to know that's still there. It's not because you don't see them that they're not here. They are absolutely here. And I'll be speaking to the people who are watching this through live streaming as though you were here, because you need to feel that you are part of this as well, and that you belong here, that you are here. We also need you here. And for those of you who are unable to be here through this crisis, we light a candle. And there's a lovely candle to be lit, and it's got humour all round about it as well. And this reminds us that you are present. The family are going to come and light the candle now. It's just shocking that looks so much like a bottle of beer, a glass of beer. Makes you thirsty. And as we light the candle, I thought the words that I would say to you are, by the lighting of this candle, please be reminded that you are not alone. The place is decorated as well with some items of Rhys's, his succulents that he was very keen on. More of that later on, but the beautiful displays were made by him. And they are absolutely beautiful. Then there's the other things of his hat, his cap, his skateboard, his helmet for his bike. And I'm dressed particularly for the occasion with his love of motorbikes and the bike. I came on mine. There's great support for you today, for Kim, Brett, for Rhys's parents and for his brother Dylan, for grandparents Poppy Van, Nanny Van, Poppy Jim, Nanny Eves, and Poppy Baz. I know if you're counting that, you'll be going, that was 5. What's better than having 4 grandparents? Having 5. For aunts and uncles, cousins, you're not alone. With the death of a young person under such tragic circumstances, we feel the real weight of grief, the depth of grief and of sadness, and the terrible power of that grief. For the younger people, it's hard to imagine experiencing such a grief, and you often wonder what's happening to you. Will I be okay? I don't feel right, but you will be okay. And I would normally love to say it's a time when you would be together, but I can't say that. You have to be careful. We look for readings and music and all sorts to tie in with what would be correct for the occasion. A sad farewell. A farewell we don't want to make. Sad and lonely days have passed since our great sorrow fell. The grief that we received that day no one can ever tell. We had no strength to meet it, no courage to bear the blow. For what it meant to lose you, no one will ever know. It's lonely here without you. We miss you more each day, for life is not the same to us since you went away. You bade us not a last farewell, nor even said goodbye. You were gone before we knew it. Oh, God knows why. It broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone, for part of us went with you that day when you were gone. And now our road looks very long, our journey most lonely. But in hope and in courage we will press on, for in happy memories you're never really gone. So we do press on. Rhys was born to parents Kim and Brett, 4th of August 2002, with younger brother Dylan completing their family. Rhys was born in Gosford, grew up at Lisero. School was Urimba Primary and Lisero High, with many friends, no doubt, tuning in today from those days. Friends he had kept forever. He left school after year 10 and began an apprenticeship, working with his dad as an apprentice joiner. He was getting on well in this. He was keen, but he was a bit hard on himself. He thought he should be able to do more than he really could at the early stage of this way of life. But he was determined to be the best he could be in this work. While he was hard on himself, his dad would tell him to ease up, go easy on yourself, able to reassure him that it would come with time and with practice. You'll get there. There were certain characteristics about Rhys that you will always remember. He had a unique kind of character, a unique kind of individual. He was very considerate of all people, including colleagues that he worked with or with the other tradies that he came across. He was most considerate. He had dreams for his future. While doing this, and in an apprenticeship, he had a dream for future, and we, of course, wonder what it would be. With his kind of character, we'll always wonder what he would have gone on to do. You'll forever see people working in an area and say, I could have imagined Rhys doing that. He'd have been good at that. He had a unique character. He was an individual. And it was his love of animals and of nature that affected the decision of his parents to buy the house they did. He loved his treehouse. And on the ground, he used to put up a tent to enjoy the outdoors, day or night. This was a place where there was space and animals, which he loved. With his love of animals, it's no surprise then that his hero was our national icon, Steve Irwin. Pop had a cattle farm and Rhys used to go there, loving it, developing a great friendship with Pop at the same time. As a youngster, he bred guinea pigs. There were 2 dogs and many more pets, including a fondness of spiders, with no fear, not even of the funnel web. On one occasion, he was telling Mum to look at the snake on television. She thought he was telling her to look at the snake on the television program, but that's not what he said. He said, look at the snake on the television, on top of the television. And there it was. He loved his animals, but not everyone loved the animals that he loved. He recently got into loving plants. It's no surprise, really, and particularly succulents. And he really did get into it. When you told me how much he'd enjoyed these and what displays he had made, I didn't know the displays were going to be that beautiful. And some of you, his friends, will remember his love of succulents, you and him going round the neighbourhood to neighbours' gardens and pinching them. As you do. Some of you, his friends, will also remember him having a daring quality to him. Don't know if you were there, Mitch, on the occasion when he was doing backflips off the roof and into the pool. He had a love of nature and a love of all of life. Holidays to the likes of Fiji were memorable for swimming with giant turtles. He had a particular love of the turtle, and he's actually wearing a turtle jewellery piece around his neck now, like the family and friends are here. For his 18th birthday, it was going to be a family trip to Western Australia to swim with the whale sharks. He just loved nature. Whether it be picnics outdoors or cruising in the South Pacific. He just loved nature. And this is a beautiful place to have come to for this service. I'm not sure how much you can see on screen, but it's a beautiful piece of nature all round about us here. Very beautiful. He had an eye for beauty. which not even his family were fully aware of until looking at his phone, and well, I think it was his dad's phone, saw some stunning photographs. Sunrise, sunset, misty mornings, reflections, and just capturing a stunning beauty. He had an eye for it. Some people who would be trained in that wouldn't have the eye for it. Rhys was appreciated then wherever he went. And you can see why through this style of character, this kind of personality. He was very sociable with all, with friend and with stranger. He would never see someone stand alone, but would be quick to include them. He was sociable with an older generation as much as with his own. That's not a common trait, but it is a beautiful one. And so he had a big circle of friends. And we're so sorry that you cannot be here today. Because you need to be, and I know you need to be, but you need not to be as well. You're with us in spirit. He was an open character with a respect for all, which people even at the local petrol station would share with his mum, saying things like how pleasant he is when he pops in. Funerals change people. People go to funerals or watch funerals live streaming if you have to. And these occasions can change you. Through this, you might never be the same again. We came to Australia after the death of a friend, changed our lives forever. The kind of character that Rhys exhibited, this kind of love of all of nature and respect for all people, is something we can take to heart. You can do a Rhys. I think I'll just go and do a Rhys and bring that fellow in that's standing over there in the corner. I think I'll just go and do a Rhys. Speak to that older man over there. And parties, he enjoyed the party, including the person who was a bit timid to enter the party. From now on, it's you lot that will have to do a Rhys and include them. He recently bought his first car. In sport, he played league, played for the Arimba Magpies, and made it to 2 grand finals. He liked Oz tag and touch football. There's skateboarding and his motorbike helmet, other loves. He loved the water and surfing. He loved the beach. His family have some brilliant memories of holidays to the likes of 2 or 3 trips to Queensland and the theme parks, to Anna Bay, Crescent Heads, Hawk's Nest, Port Stephens. Some of the things, the memories that you had, that you thought you had forgotten, have perhaps come back these days. Do you remember that time when, oh yeah, and memories flood back. And we're a peculiar animal as humans, because as those memories come back, your face lights up with a smile right across it, but also with a tear rolling down the face. Laughter and tears at the same time. That's us humans. He had a broad interest in music, from the likes of his own generation to some of his parents' generation stuff. Hockey Dad, Skeggs, Red Hot Chili Peppers, even including some country music. He had been looking forward to go to the gig and see Hockey Dads, whom he had seen before. And all that I heard of Rhys, I was thinking to myself, he had a heart of gold. That's what people speak about when they speak about a heart of gold. He had a heart of gold. What a loss. What a loss for this area. You know, the Central Coast. What a loss for New South Wales and for Australia. And what a loss for my people in Scotland. When you lose someone like Rhys from the world and your world, it's a big loss. You, his family, and you, his friends, Mitch, his best mate, have lost a cracker. What we call one of the best. you go on celebrating his life in yours for the rest of your days. And you will. I don't even need to tell you to do it, because I know you will. You will, and you'll take great pride in doing it. You'll be telling one day your own children about someone called Rhys. For a long, long time, he'll be remembered. Live well and generously for him as for yourself. Fill the loving, caring, kind-hearted gap that there is at the moment that he has left. Fill that gap so his memory will live on. Do a Rhys. Rhys, we celebrate your life. You accomplished so much in these 17 years. Hearing them all back to us, we forget you were only 17. It seems you lived a long life when we hear all the pleasures and fun and life that you had. As we remember on these occasions, we of course have a tear in our eye. That doesn't mean we avoid them or run away from them. As humans, we run towards them. Run towards these memories. That's why we play the music we do, or read what we read, or we watch on screen, as you will all see now, something of Rhys's life in picture. A couple of songs here from Forever Young and Memory from Maroon 5. Something of Rhys's life in picture. This will give us a laugh and make us cry.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop a bomb or not? Let us die young, let us live forever. Don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in the sandpit, life is a short trip. Music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when this race is run? Turn our golden faces into the sun. Praising our leaders, getting in tune. The music's played by the man.
famous line, having some technical difficulties.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain. When I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. 'Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost. And I felt all of the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feel like an ember and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, that you know I'll never drop. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. Memories bring back your.
Fabulous. Janae, thank you very much for putting the photos together, and also thank you very much for helping out at the back to put them back on again. Thank you to the family for delving into the photo albums and selecting those to share with us today, with us here and with you at home. Wonderful memories. Perhaps like me, you were just sitting beaming at the screen, with some laughs as well. Normally in a funeral service I'd be saying at this point, thank you all for your attendance, because it matters to the family. Your continued support for the family will matter, and I'm quite sure that Rhys's friends will be wanting and trying their very best not to pop round and see his parents, but it's not the time. Well, it is the time, but you can't. So there will come a time where you can. I was thinking of his outdoors, how much he enjoyed the outdoors. The trip to Fiji, sailing on the ship. As we head towards the close of the service, a ship sails and I stand watching till she fades on the horizon. And just at that time, someone at my side says, "She's gone. He's gone." Gone where, though? Gone from my sight, that's all. The ship and all those on her are just as large now as when I last saw her. Her diminishing and diminishing size and total loss from my sight is in me, not in her. And just at that moment when someone at my side is saying, "They've gone, he's gone," there are others who are watching them coming over their horizon, and other voices are taking up a glad shout. They are shouting, "There they come. There they come, and there he is. There he is." Is that what dying is? Just the horizon and the limit of our sight at present? And there he is. We come together for funeral services for various reasons. There's a great comfort in coming together, seeing familiar faces, entering into an embrace. Great comfort. It works for us humans. We come for that reason. We come in support of each other, in grief, hoping for words of hope. But we also come to farewell. We come to that part in the service now, where we farewell. Something of the light has gone out of our world. The curtain comes down in just a couple of moments as we farewell. For this, we always stand in honour and in tribute, and I invite those of you here in the room and even those of you at home, would you please stand as we farewell. Would those of you who wish to place a flower on the casket like to come forward now, please?
We miss your presence. Can't believe you're in heaven now. Knowing you was a blessing. The pain we feel, now you're in the clouds. Everything keeps on changing. All the heartache we're facing now. When the sun shines, we know you're looking down. I see your smile, I hear your voice. The times we shared, can't believe you're gone. I miss the laughs, I miss the past. I wanna miss the love we had. Now you're an angel. Wish I could have saved you. You're in the sky right now. I can see you waving. I can see you dancing. Behind the stars you are flying. When it rains, we know it's your tears that are crying. We miss the photos. Rest in peace on our bedroom wall. See you every time the wind blows. You were always the bravest soul. Now our hearts keep on bleeding. Every time we hear your name. Losing you so young, life will never be the same. I see your smile, I hear your voice. The times we shared, can't believe you're gone. I miss the laughs, I miss the past. I'm gonna miss the love we had. Now you're an angel. Wish I could have saved you. You're in the sky right now. I can see you waving. I can see you dancing. Behind the stars you are flying. When it rains, we know with your tears that are crying. You were my soulmate. You were my best friend. I can't believe I won't get the chance to see you again. You were always there by my side. All the devastation that I'm trying to hide. You're so damn special, so lovely and gentle. Such a shame you lost the battle, and now you're in hell. Now you're an angel. Wish I could have saved you. You're in the sky right now. I can see you waving. I can see you dancing. Behind the stars you are flying. When it rains, we know it's your tears that are crying.
We have remembered and celebrated the life of Rhys, and now we farewell him. We farewell him with words of go in peace. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Rhys, though it breaks our heart to say it, go in peace.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you.
Wouldn't Rhys want you to leave this place in peace? Not in pieces. And to you as friends at home, he would want you to be at peace. He would wish you no upset, no trouble. I leave with you then these words of a Celtic blessing from my part of the world, which speak of the great outdoors, but speak of peace. Deep peace of the shining star to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the running wave to you, and the flowing air to you. Deep peace of warm, assuring, comforting love to you. Comforting love to you, that you may be at peace. See you again.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
I'll tell you.
When I see you again.
go out your way, and the vibe is feeling stronger. What's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with